Hua, hua. Movies, 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 television. Ha, 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 ha. Exciting sensations. Nintendo Switch. That's right, friends. We finally have the Nintendo Switch 2 here on the channel. We are witnessing a historic moment in which my cameraman is determined to zoom in.
Remember, I'm not that good looking. Don't zoom in so close on me.
Today we have the new Nintendo console here on this channel. And even if you've already seen 945 unboxings of this console, I can assure you that you haven't seen this unboxing yet. The one from this channel. Because on this channel, we didn't get the Nintendo for free. Nintendo Spain, Nintendo United States of America, or Nintendo Latin America didn't send it to us. We bought it ourselves, so we don't have to suck up to Nintendo. It's true. It's true. I'm still excited. I like it. Let's open it. I don't know if I should remove this seal or should I remove it or should I lift it up? It looks nice, doesn't it? Yeah, lift it up. No way. That's how it looks when you lift it up, and I still have to remove it. They put a plastic underneath. First negative point. Go Jojo. Nintendo Switch 2. That's right. Look, now it's more 2 than before. Before it was very 1. I preferred the presentation of the original Nintendo Switch. Do you recall the packaging of the first Nintendo Switch? Yes, I have it. Do you have it? Yes. Which one did you like more? Yes, the first one. Well, we have the Joy-Con console. And I'm really curious to know because honestly, this box is much heavier than the Switch box. One cable, wrist straps, and all that. Support for the Joy-Cons. Charger, look, Nintendo decided to change and use a USB-C charger. The detachable cable is a great feature, allowing for the use of a longer cable if desired. The included cable appears to be of considerable length. Let's see how long it is. I don't know if you knew this, but between the tips of your fingers, more or less, if you're a well-proportioned person and your nose, you have about a meter and a half, like a lizard. Look. I want you to check this out. Let's see. I want you to check this out. A meter and a half of cable. I think it's fine. It's nice. Okay, we have the base SOTA. It's heavy. Do you want to feel it? Do you want to feel it? How is it? It's prettier than the base of the, what? The base of the Switch. One is kind of round, and also inside it has a cooling system to blow air behind the console to cool it down. It's not bad. Let's see how it opens. That's how it opens. The box is empty inside, but it's pretty nice. It's a cardboard, very similar to the Nintendo Switch box, maybe with double cardboard on the sides. Mine came a bit damaged on the sides, probably because of rough handling. Warehouses and similar facilities are also affected by the box collector problem. Well, this might bother you, but I couldn't care less because since I move so much, I always end up throwing the boxes away. So I used to keep them, but Consolón, which we'll look at in detail in a moment, Joy-Cons, the Joy-Con grip, and a little HDMI cable that we'll check out in a moment. I don't know if it's 2.1. I don't think there's any reason for it to be 2.1. Well, it doesn't say anything, but I don't think it is. It looks like it's also 1.5 meters, USB-C cable, also 1.5 meters, power supply. This is the package's contents. Let's begin with the least exciting item. These are the straps that let us adapt the Joy-Cons to portable mode, let's say to Joy-Con mode, and they also let us use mouse mode. Let's see here. Well, I don't know how to put them on. We'd have to read the manual, right? How do you... Oh, is it with the same one? No, it's not by force, man. No? Where? Oh, it has a button, right? I think this can be fixed by reading the manual or using a bit of force. No, not force, right? Oh, I'm upside down? For sure, I'm upside down, I'm upside down, I'm upside down. This is how it should be, so it slides. We have here some little plates that I think are like the ones on the bottom of mice, kind of made of nylon so they slide well. The sliding is good. Let's see. It works pretty well as a mouse. Now let's grab a regular mouse. This is the mouse I use on my PC, which is a U-Green. It also has some sliding pads. I would say that the Joy-Con slides more than a regular mouse. The ergonomics are horrible. But we already knew that was going to happen. This isn't a mouse. It doesn't have the support surface that a mouse has for use on the computer or anything like that. But that's okay. And I'm sure that very soon. We're going to have a lot of accessories that will supplement this, add more substance, so we have something as close as possible to a mouse. I don't know exactly how it will work, but the sliding feels nice. The height is about the same as a mouse, so that's good. And also, you can use your side fingers at the same time as you use the keys, just like the side buttons on a mouse. It's nice. They always tell you at Nintendo to put the straps on your hands because a lot of TVs got messed up with the Wii U. Do you remember that people used to break the TVs? Well, that's why you have to put on the straps. The left and right buttons, yeah, it's true that they're much bigger. And I have a pretty big hand. They're much more comfortable. Previously, the Joy-Cons were very uncomfortable, the top buttons and actually the strap, the attachment it came with. It comes off easily. It goes on and off easily. Well, won't this make it come off too easily too? Let's see. All right, one more try with more intensity, but hopefully it stays in place. Well, no.
It doesn't fly.
It doesn't fly. It doesn't fly at all. Throwing it from below doesn't make it take off, but throwing it from above does. Okay, well, we have the other Joy-Con, which is exactly the same as the first Joy-Con. I don't think it's worth going into detail about each Joy-Con, right? It turns out that it was revealed that this sensor we have here, apparently it's not a regular mouse sensor, but rather a mini camera. It seems that Nintendo patented a mini camera a long time ago, and they're using it here. It's speculated that it's not just for playing in mouse mode, but that it could have future applications as a mini camera. I don't know if it's to capture certain movements or what. You know how Nintendo is. They add technologies that you might end up using or not all games use them. Look, the Nintendo is a console that has quadruple control. You can attach the Joy-Cons to the sides, you can use the Joy-Cons or a remote controller, you can use the Joy-Cons like a mouse, or you can even use it as a touch screen. And not all games or experiences use all types of controls. So if they have a mini camera here for me, well, maybe it's for some games, for others not, or maybe for none at all. Supposedly, this thing also plays sounds through vibration, but that's something for later. The pièce de la résistance, as our friends, the French would say, they're not really our friends. I want to make that very clear. The Nintendo Switch 2, motherfucker. All right, let's put it on the table. Since I have the measuring tape, I'm going to use it. We have exactly 20 centimeters in length, if only, right? And we have, well, 11 and a half in width too, or if only, right? That's impressive. Ha ha ha. It's a powerful console. Black, thick, and powerful. On the back, we have the famous stand. I put the plastic on the table because I don't want the screen to get damaged, since it's super mega retractable, which is good. This stand is appreciated for being different from the first, which was horrible. We'll thoroughly test this one out. Well, regarding the stability, well, depending on how you set the angle of the console, it can be more stable or less stable. It has improved significantly compared to the Switch version, which barely had this feature. If you looked at it wrong, it would fall over. This one, and even more, if you set it like this, it's impossible to knock over. This setup is nice, maybe to watch something or whatever. The operating system of Switch 2 may be updated soon, based on my current understanding. It's not compatible with Crunchyroll or YouTube or any of that stuff. It seems it's not effective for watching content and is essentially useless for that purpose. It's a shame because with such a huge screen and the ability to set it horizontally, it would be great if you could watch videos or things like that. But well, for now, Nintendo doesn't want to. Let's try the fantastic magnetic connection system, because now it's not glitch, it's clock. Let's see, a lot of people did this, but well, Okay, I'm afraid it might fly off. Can we put something underneath? A cushion? Something? Okay, it came loose. You have to give it a lot of effort so it comes loose. You have to hit it with a lot of bad vibes so it comes loose. The grips. And you can set them wrong. Look, can you put the controls in reverse? I don't know if it will let you play. Let's see. Yes. Here you have a button that's for ejecting them. If you don't press the Y button, you pull, they come out anyway. You take it out anyway. You don't need to do a lot of force. But it's true that if you're playing and suddenly it falls off, it's not that easy. Can you hold it properly? Now, without pressing the button, I can take it out for you without any problem. It's fine. It comes out. I think what I'm going to do next in some video, look, I put them on backwards. I think what I'm going to do next is watch some video. How much force and weight is required to remove it? I think that would be good. Obviously, the official way to take it out is with the little buttons on the back, which makes it come out really easily. But if you pull it, you can take it out anyway, no problem. Right off the bat, the feel of the console in your hands is much more premium than the Switch. It feels like an object that is worth more. I don't know if it's because of the matte finish. I don't know if it's because of how neat it is. The fact that it's all black, that's what she said, and that it doesn't have colorful Joy-Cons. Maybe it makes it look a bit more grown up, more premium. The size is great, the weight is really good, it's heavier than the first Switch, and the big screen looks beautiful. Let's see how it looks when we turn it on. The first time turning on a Nintendo Switch 2. Does it have a startup sound? I'm putting it close to my face, not because I'm crazy, but because I have the microphone on my neck. It has a wolf there. To drop some beats, well, as soon as you turn on the console, it asks us to set up and choose the language. I'll select America as the region and accept the agreement. All right, internet setup and all that. Cut the video here, cut. 5 hours later, we want a cup. Hey, congratulations, it says there. Oh, congratulations. We were playing for a while with Mario Kart World, with the new Mario Kart and the new Nintendo Switch. And beyond giving the experiences or the in-depth user experience of the new console, which is not the goal of today's video, it's true that at first glance, it changes a lot. The grip changes a lot. The screen size, the screen brightness is much higher than the Nintendo Switch, and it looks much smoother. I don't think I have the eye to count the frames I'm playing at, but without a doubt, it never dropped. From 60 frames. I don't know exactly how many frames Mario Kart World runs at, but at least 60, because it looks smooth the whole time. We've played for about half an hour, maybe an hour, something like that. And the console hasn't heated up at all, it's at a perfect temperature. I haven't tried the television connection mode yet, but I will later on. I'll do the necessary tests. But I have noticed that we still have the issue that for interacting with the screen, we still have this situation that the console touches with this plastic. And there's nothing, not even a little rubber piece, nothing to prevent the plastic from touching the console directly when we put it in and take it out. On the first Switch, this has caused some users to get scratches on the screen, and it leaves marks and things like that. I don't know how it will be here, because when we put the console in, it stays a little separated, but they could have fixed it, right? Regarding the game volume, the user experience, how it felt to play it, beyond a first impression, which is very positive, I prefer to leave my analysis for later, after at least a week of use. Because everything I tell you now is going to be good, because I'm excited. It's a new Nintendo, obviously I like it, but maybe once the excitement wears off, with daily use I start to find more things to criticize. To put it one way, Mario Kart World is awesome. I don't like Mario Kart, but it's super fun. The question of whether this console I have in my hand is worth what they're charging or not. It's a question that might be pretty hard to answer, because it's always tied to your ability to buy a leisure item, like a console, for example. The cost is also linked to your location, as prices vary depending on the area and region you reside in. $400 and something, $450 I think in the United States compared to $730 in Mexico, because that's what we paid, $730, which is already a significant price. That's also a question I think we'll answer later on as we use it more and test it more. In general terms, evaluating the product, evaluating the features of the console, the portability, and the first impression you get when you play. We could say that we're looking at a $500 console easily, but we know well that the $500 price isn't respected everywhere in the world, especially in Latin America, where prices can be extremely high. There are even countries where the Nintendo Switch 2 can cost up to $1,000. But if we set that case aside as an exceptional case that has to do with distribution in different countries, we can say yes, the Nintendo is good. For $500, at least from my first experience, my first impression, it feels like a product that's even much more premium than the Nintendo Switch 1. And maybe it really is worth the $500 it costs. The price of the games, well, that's another story. If you're just gonna play Mario Kart World as your only game and you pay for it. $90 or the 2,000 pesos it costs in Mexico, or the, I don't know, 90 euros it costs in Spain, but it's your only game. It's the game you play and you play it and you replay it and replay it. Well, maybe it makes a lot of sense to buy it because it's really good. Honestly, it's a lot of fun. But I think the price of games is something that needs to be evaluated case by case. Evaluate on a case-by-case basis if this device is right for you, depending on your finances and possibilities. At first, it doesn't feel like I got scammed, even though I did get scammed. I paid $730 for a product that should actually be at least 30 or 40% cheaper. 40? Nope. I paid nearly 50% more. Besides the price, it feels like a solid, good quality console. With the Switch as its predecessor, one that was really great, that lasted for many years, that had a lot of games, you expect the Switch 2 to be good. The same? Or better, with more quality, with a better screen, with a better first touch. Because also, the Joy-Cons are bigger, the ergonomics of the Joy-Cons are still the ergonomics of the Joy-Cons. But it's true that the triggers are wider. Anyway, it doesn't feel overpriced at $500, even at $700, even at $700. It depends on each person's finances and possibilities. We'll end today's video here. I'm going to keep using the console, and later on I'll be reviewing games, checking compatibility, looking at features and other things. I've been testing the console and transferring my games from my previous one to this one. We found some things that were easy and some difficulties, which I'll talk about in later videos. For Nintendo and video game fans, I suggest subscribing to this channel, because from now on, we're going to start covering Nintendo Switch again and actively. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye. What are you supposed to be doing? Well, I see now. It's just that...
Of course,
I have to focus, but on Zoom. There it is. Yes, but it does it. Yes, it does. Maybe we have to stop to drink. I was getting hotter each time.